Hey, Star family. How are you guys doing? I am so annoyed, but we're still going to have a good time. I'm so sorry. I know I had just changed the time from earlier today. I wish I could have done it, but my doctor's appointment, it ran over. So I had to push the live to 4. Excuse me. And the reason why I'm so annoyed is because where I live now, I have a really nice activity room. And I wanted to do my live from there. I had everything set up. I had a really cute background, but for some reason, my computer would not log into the internet. It just would not do it. And I was like fidgeting with it. My apartment manager tried to help me with it, but I just could not get on. So I had to come upstairs to my plain background. And I'm so mad because it looks so good. Hopefully I could, get down there and figure something out. But I'm just, disappointed because it was nice. Like the lighting was great. The background was awesome. And I could not give that to you. So sorry. But we're back. We're back. How are you guys doing? How's your Friday? And then I have down because I spent so much time trying to fix that freaking internet. Now I got to cut us short because Love at the Lockup is about to come on. I'm such a planner, so when stuff doesn't go according to plan, takes a toll on me. Hey guys. Hey Greta. Hey, is it Aquata? Hey, Aquata. What's up, Spitzy? Hey, TT. Oh, thank you, Al. Thank you all for, holding on. Thank you all for holding on. I tried. It was so pretty because it's like the whole activity room is just like glass. So the lighting is perfect. I tried. Soon and very soon. Oh, Aquate. Aquate. Hey, Aquate. So sorry, I'm Black. I pronounce things differently. And I'm from Philly, so I pronounce things very differently than what you guys are used to hearing. But thank you for the correction. How are you? Oh, I can call you Quay. Hey, Quay. You know what? It's probably getting bigger. It probably got bigger today because I was frustrated. And I ran here from my activity room. So my hair was in the wind while I'm running to get here because I'm so late. Hey, Left Estonian said, I've been loving your Ultimatum commentary so much. Can't wait to see your reaction on the finale. Listen, I am actually going to watch the next 3 episodes because I won't be able to do lives for the next 3 episodes. So I'm going to watch that when I get up after Love After Lockup. Jeez, I got a full Friday. Thank you so much, Tracy, the NikkiStar TV General. we're going to end here with this comment because you guys waited long enough. Let's get into it. Ray and Jake are acting like they're married. This is Ray and Jake. Ray and Jake are acting like a married couple, and it's so concerning because at times I feel like I know where this is going, and then I see a scene with Ray and Jake. This is Jake. That's not Ray. This is Ray. She's with Zay. I feel like I know what's going to happen. And then when I see a scene with these two, I'm just like, I don't think they're going to end with their partners. I don't know. I will say this show has got me confused. This show has got me confused because Ray is like, I love living with you to Jake. How can you go back to your man if you told another man that you love living with him? She's just like, I love living with you. I have such a great time living with you. And me and you, like we just vibe. And Jake is like, yeah, we're so much alike. I love the time that we have together. And I'm like, how can you two go back to your relationships after you have said it's like very intimate things to each other? And now Jake is talking about April in the past tense, right? Because he said, what did he say? Because Ray was talking to Jake about Zay's Instagram, and she was saying how, he's a party promoter and he doesn't really put her on there because, he has to present a certain persona, right? So he can't really have her on there. And she does get jealous, right? She was talking about how one woman, made a comment about him and he liked the comment. He liked the, inappropriate comment that she made about him, like the sexy comment that she made about him. And Ray was just saying how she feels some sort of way about that, right? And Jake is just like, oh yeah, that was something that I went through in my past relationship with April. I'm like, wait, so we're speaking about April like the relationship is done? So it's done to you. I don't know. I don't like if Jake and April end up together. I don't know how I will sit with that because I feel like Jake is just done. He's done with this relationship. He's speaking of April in the past tense. Then he's basically in his confessional, he's just like, Ray just needs to move on. Zay is not the guy for her. She was going through stuff that I was going through in my last relationship. I'm like, you mean your current relationship with April? This is just an experiment. We don't know where you guys are going to be at the end of this, but you're still going into this with I don't know. Like, even if Jake and April end up together, like, are they still together after she watches this season? Weird. No spoilers. I haven't watched along, but I'm just like, the way he was talking about April. Wait, where is it? I have a picture of this. Let me remove my banner. Well, this is when he was talking about Zay in his confessional. He was talking about Zay, Ray's, I don't know, ex. Okay. He said, this is his comment. He says, her coming to the realization basically that Zay isn't the guy for her is kind of opening a door for me. What door? Like, what are y'all talking about? Like, I get that these people are taking the experiment seriously. I just feel like it's been 2 weeks for Ray and Jake, and they are like about to go to couples counseling because they're considering marriage. You know what I mean? And everything that each other said to their partner, which was the ultimatum, it's like all of a sudden they can compromise with each other, right? Because now Jake is okay with having kids in a year. I thought you didn't want to have kids or get married to get a house. Now, because you're with Ray, you all of a sudden want those things. And listen, it makes total sense, right? Because some people can say, I don't want this and I don't want this. But what they're really saying is, I don't want this with you. Now, I could want this with this person, but I don't want this with you. So that does happen. That does happen. Who am I thinking about in particular? Jenny Ma. I think it's Jenny Ma, right? She a commentator, not a commentator. She's one of the hosts of The Real. She was talking about like how she never wanted kids and she's never going to have kids. And that was the reason why her relationship with her first husband broke up, because he wanted kids. She did not want kids. She's like, I'm never getting married again. I'm not having kids. Like, that just is something that I'm not doing. And whoever I'm with has to be okay with that. In comes Jeezy. They meet. She falls madly in love with him. Within a year, she's married to the guy. And now she's pregnant. And I don't know if she's had the baby or she's about to have her baby, right? So when she was on her show, she was saying, I realized that I did not want kids with my ex-husband, but I love Jeezy so much. I wanted to create life with him. So it wasn't that she didn't want kids. She just didn't want it with him. So that could be it. That could be what's happening with Jake. It's like he doesn't want those things with April, but he absolutely wants those things with Ray. This show is messy. This show is messy. I also felt like this episode, Jake was kind of encouraging, not kind of, Jake was absolutely encouraging Ray to move on from Zay. Absolutely encouraging her with that, especially when he's saying things like, man, I wish these 3 weeks, would never end. Really? And then Ray starts to cry and he grabs her hand. He's like, am I doing too much? And she's just like, no, you're perfect. Like, how do you guys go back to your partners after this? Like, you are making deep emotional connections with another person. How could you go back to your relationships? This show was messy. This show is messy. We get a kiss this episode. And that was a very intense, long kiss, and it was started by Ray. And Jake didn't stop. This is messy. This is so messy. But I will say, I feel bad. They just seem to fit. They just seem to work. And I feel bad because I like Zay, I like April, but seeing these two together, I'm like, this kind of works. This kind of works. I don't know. What I do know is that I would never do this. I would never do this. So anyway, on this episode, all the couples meet each other's family. So, or at least one partner's family. So Ray introduces her father to Jake. Jake, I think that he wasn't in until he told her father, who's a race car driver, a black race car driver. I love that. He wasn't in until he told her father that he was in the military. As soon as Jake said that he was in the military, that he was a Marine, her dad was like, he zeroed in on him. And next thing you know, he's giving Ray and Jake, who is still, let's be real, who is still with Zay. They're just taking a break for this experiment, but that's still somebody that she is technically kind of with, right? The dad is like, oh, I give you two my blessing to Jake and Ray. So he gives his blessing to Jake to date his daughter. He gives his daughter his blessing to move on in the relationship with Jake because he doesn't like Zay. Now, this is another thing, right? How do Ray and Zay not only move forward with the stuff that has been happening with Ray alone, but also with how her father spoke about Zay, right? So now, I mean, if Zay didn't already know that, he knows it now that the father is not pleased with him and the father is not pleased with him because he sags his pants. I have to be honest here, though. The way Ray's father reacted to Jake, I feel like if Zay spoke like Jake or dressed like Jake, I don't think that her father would have an issue because her father was giving me, especially when he was talking about the saggy pants thing, it was giving me Bill Cosby respectability politics kind of thinking. That's what it was giving me. And as we see more of Zay, we see that, he struggles with his speech. We see that he has a stutter. We see that he has an inner city working class accent, you know what I mean? And you see Ray, you see her father, you hear them, you see you hear the father speak of what he wants for his daughter, and it doesn't seem like it's a guy like Zay. And I think it's just because of where he comes from. And I don't like that, especially when it's us doing that to each other. Yeah, that made me uncomfortable. Let's move on. Let's talk about Jake's mom, right? Jake's mom, who is Team April. She loves herself some April, like really loves herself some April, to the point where Jake was uncomfortable talking to his mom about Ray, and Ray was absolutely uncomfortable because the mother went on and on and on about April. Now we come to find out in this episode that April has been in contact with Jake's mom during this whole process, right? Because the mom's like, oh yeah, April calls me and we talk, and oh, Venmo, I got a Venmo from Sasha. Ching, ching. Thank you so much, Sasha. Sasha says, Thanks for giving your take on all things reality TV. Your reviews on 90 Day Fiance always gives me a good laugh. Thank you, Sasha. You're so sweet. Thank you. So Jake's mother informs him that, and Ray, like right in front of Ray, she's just like, oh yeah, me and April have been in, contact, and April's great. She's saying that she's learning a lot in this process. She's saying that, she realized she was selfish, but I don't think she's selfish. She's so not selfish. She's such a great person, but she's learning and she's doing better to be a good wife for Jake. So she's talking like April and Jake are still going to be together after this process, while Ray is sitting right there. Jake's face during this, I have this picture. Jake's face. His face when his mom said that she was talking to April. He was like, I think because Jake knew what his mom was doing, right? He knew that his mom was trying to sabotage this, what he has with Ray, because she really likes April, right? And also, we have to give props to April. April is not going down without a fight. April is not letting Jake walk out of this experiment without her. So she knew exactly what to do, to go to somebody who has his heart, which is Jake's mother. Because Jake even said to Ray that my mom gives great advice. She's never been wrong about any of the women that I have been with. I trust her. I listen to her. She is the one who helps me make the decisions, and when I listen to her, I make the right decisions and the best decisions for me, right? So April knew what she was doing. April knew what she was doing by talking to his mom, getting counseling, making sure that his mom, Jake's mom, is so in love with her by the time she goes and meets with Ray, because it was very obvious that the mom was team April. Because if she was not team April, she would not have been saying all those great things about April in front of Ray, making her uncomfortable, making her, at least trying to make her feel intimidated, and letting Jake know where she stands in front of the woman that he is falling for. I will say this though, aside from Jake's mother trying to sabotage his budding marriage with Ray, she did make some good points, right? Because Jake is like, this is the happiest I've ever been in any relationship. I really enjoy Ray. And his mom is like, well, you two are in the honeymoon stage, right? You haven't been through anything difficult. Everything's great in the beginning. How are you so sure? Ray and Zay still hasn't answered. So then Jake's mom takes him to the side and leaves Ray to talk to that brick house of a man. His friend Darius, I was like, oof, that's a whole lot of soldier. Anyway, she goes and talks to Jake by herself. And again, she's still Team April. And she is not Team Ray at all. I didn't like the comment that she said. She was just like, there's thousands of Rays. There's only one April. You can lift up April without tearing down Ray. Like, it's possible. But she doesn't like her. She doesn't like her. Like, this is how she was looking at, do I have the picture of his mom? This is how she was looking at Ray the whole time Jake was talking. Like, her face, she was just not into it. She was giving Ray the evil eye. She made up her mind, and her mind is Team April. I will say, if Ray and Jake end up together, I feel really sorry for Ray, because if the mom is Team April, I feel like she's going to, like she's doing now, continue to sabotage that relationship until Jake ends up with April, because I think she wants her son to be married and have kids right now. Jake doesn't want that, but you got to think about it, right? If you're the mother of a child who's in the military, you want them to have those things right away, because they can never get out, right? Unless, there are circumstances where you can get out of the military, but you kind of want them to start those things now, because when you sign up for a job like that, your life is at risk to get cut short. So that could be where she's coming from. But I still think that she was, I'm not saying that she was rude, but I did think that it was distasteful for her to talk about April the way she did in front of Ray, understanding what this was. Like, you didn't want this to work from jump. She said it though. I will say that. I will be very honest. She was like, I am not okay with this. I did not like this. I did not like my son being a part of this, because I love April. Got to give her respect. She let us know what it was from jump. Let's get into Madeline. Guys, this is Madeline and Colby. Madeline is now with Randall, who came in with Shanique, who gave him the ultimatum. Madeline, guys, is it me or was Madeline drunk this entire episode? Didn't it seem like she was drunk this entire episode? I was like, Madeline, you got to ease up on the alcohol. I mean, like any time of the day, in any scene, whenever her confessionals were filmed, she was lit. This entire episode, Madeline's. Now I'm serious. I want to go around all sexy. Every scene, no matter what time of day it is, Madeline is drunk. Ciao. I hope it's not because I hope it's a reason that can be fixed and not the fact that she has a problem, right? I hope that it's just because she's unhappy in her relationship with Colby and she drinks to escape, and not that she has a little problem, because that's really odd for the time span that they have been filming this show, which is about a week at this week for this episode, that she is intoxicated. That's alarming. That is a really alarming. So anyway, we meet Madeline's friends this episode, and Madeline's friends meet Randall, who they love, and some of them want to have sex with him, especially her friend who slept with Colby, said it was forgettable, but yet she introduced her friend to Colby. Weird, right? Isn't that weird? You have a one-night stand with some guy, you say the sex is terrible, but then you say, hey, I have a friend for you. Weird. Really weird. Anyway, so she introduced Madeline to Colby, and she doesn't like Colby. That's another thing. She doesn't like Colby. His sex is trash, but she introduced Madeline to him because she thought that he would be a good guy for her. It's giving frenemy. Anyway, she is all in to Randall. Madeline's little friend loves herself some Randall. Like, who says that you think that the guy that your friend is dating sex would be great? Like, I mean, it's the same woman that said that her current boyfriend's sex is terrible. But, the current man that she's with, that she really is into and seems to like, you're saying, I feel like sex with him would be memorable. Randall's hot. Madeline, I don't think that's a friend. I could be reaching, but she gave me some weird vibes. She gave me some weird vibes this episode. Since we're here on the Friends, I got something that I have to do before this. Since we're here on the Friends, how old are they? How old are they? Like, these young girls in their early 20s are dressed like flight attendants from the 1950s. Where is this located? Because it seems like all the people here are aging up, right? All the people on this show seem a lot older than what we're being told. Where is this located? I think one of you guys said Texas. What part of Texas? What part of Texas is it? Because the whole cast is giving Benjamin Button. Anyway, while we see this episode, Madeline falling for Randall sexually, like, Madeline, we don't see you talking about anything else besides the fact that you want Randall to have sex with you. Like, that's it. You just want to have sex with Randall. Anyway, while Madeline is talking about how much she wants to have sex with Randall, I'm noticing Randall pushing back a bit, right? Doesn't it seem like he's kind of, at least on camera, doesn't it, for me on camera, it seemed like he was pushing back from her advances? But we find out later that he initiated, from Madeline, that he initiated a kiss with her. So I don't know if he's playing this on camera and being a totally different guy off camera, because on camera, he's like, I'm thinking about Shanique. When him and Madeline are talking, Madeline's like, well, I have completely forgotten about Colby. And he's like, I can't forget about Shanique. So I don't know if Randall is doing that. This is Randall and Shanique. I don't know if Randall is saying all the right things for the camera and then doing something very different with Madeline when the cameras are not on. I don't know. For all who have binged, I know you're probably freaking out right now, like, Nikki, girl, But please, no spoilers. It just seems that Randall is not into Madeline. So I was actually shocked that he initiated a kiss with her. Madeline expressed in this episode, in her confessional, that she just doesn't want to be with Colby. She just doesn't want to be with Colby. She basically said, I realized through this process that I do want all of those things. I just don't want it with him. I just don't want it with Colby. I don't want to marry Colby. I don't know how these two end, but I'm like, you said what you really came here for, right? He gave you the ultimatum because he wants to be with you, but you were saying, I do want to be married, just not to him. That's the answer that he's waiting for. He may not like it, but that's what he brought you to this show for. Let's get into Shanique and Zay. Where's my baby Zay? Zay, where is the picture of Zay? Zay, I like Zay, guys. I like Zay. I really, really do. He's such a sweetie. Zay is such a sweetie. So we meet Shanique's beautiful family. The whole family is beautiful. We meet Shanique's family this episode. She brings Ray home to meet her family. Shanique, why would you tell your mother, your family, that you brought Randall onto the ultimatum because he's not ready to marry you, and you want to give him the ultimatum because you think that he's, should I have taken that call? Anyway, you think that you're a great wife and you'd be a great wife to him, but he doesn't think that way about you. As soon as she said that, Shanique's mom was just like, oh, I don't want my daughter to be with no man that don't want her. I don't want my daughter to be with no man that don't think that she's a good wife. Like, as soon as Shanique said that, mom was out, and now she's zoning in on Zay. So even if her and Randall do stay together, he's going to have a hard time fighting the image that Zay put in her family's mind because Shanique made it seem like that man don't want her. This show is messy. This show is messy. Zay, I'm not saying that I didn't like Zay in the beginning. I just felt like he was an F-boy. He probably is, but I just really liked him this episode. I felt like we got to see a different side of him, and we got to, learn more about him and why he's not ready for marriage. He's not ready for marriage because he's some kind of playboy. He's not ready for marriage because he does not feel like he can give his children financial stability and also be able to take care of a wife and a home. And I don't know if he's ever expressed that to Ray, because how Zay broke it down made a lot of sense to me, right? He's just like, I grew up in poverty, basically. I had to hop over the fence to my siblings, and I had to hop over the fence to get water. Like, my parents were not good parents. I don't even think they know my birthday because they don't even call me. Like, I don't have a great relationship with my parents. We do not talk. I had a terrible childhood. And when I can give my kids a much better life than I had, that's when I will be ready to get married and have a family. Not saying that he don't love Ray, but he's just not there financially to do those things, and he does not want to repeat his childhood. I understood that. I got it. You guys know that I've been on the men's side with this. Like, I am okay with the guys being like, I can't physically take care of a family right now. So the answer for marriage right now was no. That makes sense to me. It doesn't make sense to the 20-year-olds who are with them. Weird. So I kind of fell for Zay a bit this episode. Not like fall in love or anything, but I started to look at him differently. I've always thought that he was a nice guy, but he did give me F-boy vibes, especially when Ray was talking about his social media. But I think that he's such a sweetie. I really, really do. Shanique's family fell for him immediately, especially her aunt. She was just like, well, listen, give me your number. I'll call you on your birthday. If your parents won't do it, I will, because you're a sweet guy. And I was like, oh my gosh. And then the family was talking to him about his parents and their relationship. And he was like, he was stuttering a lot. And he was like, it's not that I don't have words. I just don't want to cry. And oh my goodness, as soon as he did that, all the women were like, oh, like they just fell in love with Zay right away. So Randall, you got some competition. You got big shoes to fill because Shanique's family is loving themselves some Zay. And I can understand why. I can understand why. He was a real sweetie. Did I take a picture of that? Oh my God, this right here. This right here. When Zay said, I've seen what not being in the right mindset will do to a family. Very honorable, right? Like I got it. Everybody at that table got it. But what really got me was like after he laid his heart out, after they like comforted him and made him a part of the family. Shanique's aunt was like, "Do you like ox?" No, her mother was like, "Do you like oxtails?" And Zay was like, "It's gone, ain't it? It's gone." And they all had a laugh, and I was like, "Oh my gosh, am I rooting for this couple? This show is messy." Because now I'm rooting for Shanique and Zay. What is happening? What is happening? Let's get to the ladies' night out. So after we meet some of the families, the ladies, get together and they have a night out. What is happening? What is happening at this girls' night out? I feel like the girls' night out is derailed by Madeline's drinking and April trying to fake like she's okay with where Ray is with Jake, right? So April, Madeline, pissy, like, oh my God, girl. Yeah, that's Madeline at this point. April is like, so how's everything to Ray? How's everything going with Jake? Oh, girl, I hear you. He's a great guy. He's a great guy. So what happened? Did you kiss him? Oh, you kissed him? Oh my goodness, I missed those luscious lips. Oh, so what did he say to you? Oh, he used to say that to me. Listen, I'm not mad. I want you to explore that because he's a great guy. Listen, I love that man. And I told that man that he needs to do this process and he needs to do it with all his heart. I want him to treat the women that he gets just like how he treats me. And I know that he's treating you great because he's a great man. He's a lovely man. Like I am learning so much because I wouldn't do the dishes, right? Jake does the dishes. And now that I'm doing the dishes, I'm like, oh my God, I should have helped him. Like I miss him not being around. And I am just like so happy because I love that man. And I love that you love that man. I love that he is treating you great because this is like what I get, right? And now I miss it. Now I need that. And now I know the things that I need to change to be with that man. And while she's going off, Madeline, drunk, but got some sense, she's like, Shanika's like, and Ray just feels completely uncomfortable. She's like, like she's so uncomfortable because April, none of the women at that table believed that you were okay because of how you acted. Nobody, you were saying that you were cool and that you were great, that Ray and Jake were getting to a close place. You were not okay. You were not okay when she told you that she initiated a kiss with Jake. You weren't, but you were faking like you were okay. And everybody at that table knew that you were not. We got to talk about how Madeline does not know how to read the room, right? She was absolutely chaotic at this table. I don't know if she was 2 drinks in or 40 drinks in, but while April is going on her, tirade about how much she loves Jake, Madeline's just like, I love you, but I have to tell you the truth. You talk too much. And April, I know. Thank you for saying that. And Madeline was just like, oh no, girl, don't thank me because that's the only nice thing that I'm going to say about you. Like Madeline drunkenly read April for filth and April starts thanking her and agreeing with her. And I'm like, April, you need to stand up. You don't stand up in any of your human interactions, right? Like Madeline did not have to talk to you that way. Madeline did not have to tell you that you talk too much. There's another way to say it, right? Madeline could have said, well, you know what? In my observation, and you don't have to take this, to heart. Like I just seen something and I would love to express that to you to show you how, you could probably, perfect your relationship if you want to hear it. I'm not trying to give any critiques, but I've just seen something. And then if April says yes, you can say, well, I think that maybe you talk over him up, sometimes. Like there's just a way you can say it. But girl, you talk too much. And don't thank me because that's the nicest thing that I'm going to say about you. None of that is necessary, right? Another thing that's not necessary is to tell Shanique, right? how much Randall thinks that you're such a better mate than she is, right? Telling her that she's missing out on everything. And then even when Shanique gets up from the table, April tells her that she thinks that Shanique is a little annoyed with how she's speaking about Randall to her. And Madeline goes, I don't care. I don't like, so was it your intention to get under her skin? Like, what did you think telling Shanique that Randall kissed you off camera? What did you think that was going? What did you think that was like the reaction that she was going to have, right? It felt like she said that to get under her skin, right? Because she threw the off camera in there. All she could have said was, me and Randall had a kiss, right? But she said, Randall initiated a kiss with me off camera and I felt his boner. Why were you saying that to her? You saw that she was uncomfortable. Even April pointed that out and you said that you did not care. You're being intentionally messy, right? You're intentionally trying to hurt her. Why? Shanique's done nothing to you. Are you doing this because you think that there's a huge possibility that that Randall will go back to her? Is that what it is? And you're trying to sabotage, trying to put stuff in her mind so that when he goes back to her, you sabotage so that when or if he goes back to her, you sabotage their relationship and you still have an end. Messy, drunk or sober. Madeline is messy. April also opens up to the women at the table and she lets them know that she has fertility issues in the most vulgar way, right? Like she was just like, as soon as I met Jake, we were having unprotected sex and, he finishes off in me every time we have sex. He never pulls out. It was just like, girl, there was another way to let these women know that you've been having unprotected sex with Jake and you just could not get pregnant. Letting them know that he doesn't pull out and he ejaculates. Like that was a lot of information. Shanique was like, oh, Shanique is such a prude. She's such a prude with a potty mouth. That's the thing. Like Shanique cusses like a sailor, but in the presence of everybody else, she's clenching her pearls. But April was just all over the place and a bit too much for Shanique. I do think that because April is unable to get pregnant with Jake, because listen, it could also be issues with Jake, right? I think because of that, she blames herself and apologizes a lot in their relationship. Because I think there's a part of her that feels less than because she's not able to get pregnant. So because she's mad at herself and mad at her body, she allows a lot of mistreatment. And that's unfortunate. That's really unfortunate. What else did I want to talk about with the ladies' night? Yeah, we talked about chaotic Madeline. Let's close out with boys' night out. So I finally met the Colby that you all were telling me about. Because every time I said that I like Colby, one of you were like, Nikki, just wait. And so I finally met the Colby that you all were talking about. So Colby, clearly drunk. All the guys were drunk, to be quite honest with you, but clearly drunk. This is the thing I've noticed about Colby. He is very even-tempered in his everyday life. When he drinks, he becomes hyper. He is the only person that I know of that drinks and they just become uber hyper like they're on coke, right? He was like, oh my good, this is such a great process. I'm having such a good time. Madeline is the one for me. Yo, Zay, remember when you made me kiss that woman? What? So he accuses Zay of sending over some girl to make out with him. I will say this, right? Even if Zay did that, it's still not his fault that you made out with somebody, right? I felt like Colby was trying to get out there or get ahead of the fact that he made out with somebody by putting it out there on camera and putting out the narrative that Zay made that happen. Zay was really pissed off about that because he was just like, why are you putting that on me? Like, I didn't make you do anything. You fully made out with that woman on your own. But I knew that there was something going on with them way before we got to Kobe saying that Zay basically forced him to make out with this woman, right? Because when Kobe said, yo, Zay, me and you are a lot alike, Zay took offense to that. He was like, are we? And Kobe was like, well, yeah, do you not agree? He was just like, you think that we're alike? Like Zay was pretty disgusted. So I don't know what Kobe has been like off camera, but from the looks of Zay, there's something about him that he just does not like. So they get into it. And then after everything calms down, Randall decides to tell Kobe that not only does he love Madeline, I don't think he meant like I'm in love with her, but he did say I love Madeline. She's perfect. She's great, right? He then decided to tell Kobe that they're sleeping in the bed together, right? He, excuse me, he tells Kobe this right after Kobe looks at him and says, "Man, you're my competition." He said it to him 3 times. Why would you then, Randall? I'm just going to assume that you were just a little too intoxicated and you couldn't see the forest for the trees. But why would you then say to Kobe, yeah, me and Madeline sleep in the bed together every night? And I got to say it, guys. I got to say it. Me and Madeline kissed. I had to say it. No, you didn't, Randall. You didn't have to say it. I don't know why you told that to Kobe. I don't know what was going on in Randall's mind, but I do know that Kobe was giving him the death stare after not only he mentioned that he was sleeping in the same bed with Madeline, but also that they kissed. Kobe's entire energy changed. Then we have this sit down with Jake and Zay, and they're talking and doing the same thing that April was doing. Like they're acting like they're both cool, right? Zay is like, I can't be mad at you. You know what I mean? Like you're a good guy. There's nothing that you're doing wrong. And Zay is like, yeah, you're a cool guy. You're a cool guy. And then he's like, and then Jake is like, yeah, you're a cool guy. And then he's like trying to. I'm confused by Jake. I have to be honest with you because after he spoke to his mother, him and Ray go out paddleboarding, and he says this is what him and April does. This is like him and April do this every Saturday, and he wants to make sure that this is something that Ray enjoys as well. And he seemed a bit annoyed with Ray paddleboarding, right? Especially when they were sitting down. Ray then says to him, "Oh, my dad really loved you, really, really did. He really, really liked you." And then Jake says, "Oh yeah, my mom loves you. She thinks that you're a great girl, and she's never wrong about the women that I'm with." Why are you lying? Like you didn't even have to. Like the thing is, the reason why I'm asking why he's lying because I know people will be like, "Well, because he didn't want to hurt her feelings." I absolutely understand that, but he didn't need to say anything. He didn't even need to say anything. He made up a whole lie about how his mom loves her and think that she's a great woman. And then he goes, "My mom is never wrong about any of the women that I'm in relationships with. Like she's right. And I trust her opinion." And you're saying all of this knowing that we know that your mom did not click with Ray. She did not think that she was the one. So why are you saying that you trust her opinion and you listen to her about the women that you date if your mother does not like Ray for you and told you that? So he confuses me, right? Because then he says that to her. And then at Boys Night Out, he's giving Zay tips on how to win Ray back. But then when he's with Ray, he's telling her how much he wants to be with her and he wants to leave this process with her right now and start dating and start a new life together. So he confuses me. He really, really, really does. And I don't know. I'm starting to not like him. I'm starting to not like him because I feel like Jake is not going to pick Ray, but he's going to have fun with her throughout this process. And I don't like that. I could be wrong. I could be wrong. Anyway, this episode, a lot happened, right? And I think a lot happened because this cast was drinking tequila mixed with a bit of bourbon and finished off with some gasoline because this cast was lit and they were making poor decisions because they were lit. What did you guys think about this episode? Let's get into it. Let's get into it. Oh, Jeannie Ma. Thank you guys. Oh, he does, Halima. He does. You know what? To be fair, I think that Jake looks like what Chet Hanks thinks he looks like, right? I think Chet sees Jake when he looks in the mirror. That's what I think. Me too, Black Lavender. It's really good. It's really, really, really good. What's up, Jazzy? We're so close. We're so close, guys. We're so close. Thank you so much, Marla. Thank you, guys. It's literally 4 braids. That's it. I part my hair this way. I put them in braids and I take them out in the morning. Easiest hairstyle of my life. Um, Me too, because I'm just like, if she ends up back with Zay, how is that going to affect their relationship? Because it's on paper, not just on paper, but on camera, that Ray's father prefers Jake. Yikes. Excuse me. Hey, Tiffany. Tiffany said Ray and Zay seem like a couple who are together for Instagram. Oh, really? They look good together, but I don't think she is true to who she really is. Oh, that's a good observation, Tiffany. Oh my God, Yolanda, she should have. Yolanda said Jake's mom basically should have had a Team April hat or shirt on, basically singing "Ray Ray go again, go away, never see my son again." Yeah, she was not into it, not into it at all. Spency said Jake's mom is messy and feels problematic. The Filipino comment, yeah. Wait, she made a Filipino comment. What was it, Spency? See, this is why I put on subtitles. It's not because I can't hear. I want, like, if you guys see the subtitles in my pictures, it's because if I may hear something but not actually get the full meaning because I'm hearing it differently or the pronunciation is a bit off for me. So that's why I do that. I did not see a Filipino comment. Let me know what the comment was, Spency. Thank you. I didn't. Yeah, I didn't like that. That was I. It just seemed very mean spirited, and I'm like, I. Even if Jake and Ray could be great, I would not want her to be in a situation like that with that kind of mother-in-law. I wouldn't want it because she gives me that she would make it very difficult for her to be not only be in a relationship with Jake, but also allow them to move on into a new season and a new life together. She gives me that she will still remain friends with April, even, when Ray has, Jake's second child. You know what I mean? She gives me that she will still be in contact and be like, well, I still love April. We're still really good friends. Like we meet up every Saturday at Joanne's Fabric and we take a sewing class together. What do you want me to do, Jake? We live in the same neighborhood. That's what she gives me. I wouldn't want that for Ray. I would never want that for Ray. Rara says, as decent as April is, I don't think Jake and her are compatible. He doesn't want to be with her anymore. He does not want to be with her. I think that Jake does want to be married, and I think he does want to have a family and a house and all that stuff. I think he doesn't give me that he's going to have it his late 30s, right? I think he's going to have it within the next few years, right? But he's not going to have it with her. He doesn't want to be with her. Like as soon as Jake got into this process, he was out of the relationship. He was fully pursuing Ray like a single guy. The hell with the experiment. He was already there. So I don't think he wants to be with her. I think he's done. I think he's done. Rara also said, I feel like he's just starting to find himself. Makes sense. They are all so young. And also he was in the military. We don't know what he saw. We don't know what he saw in while he was a Marine. We don't know what happened, but all we know is that he continues to talk about, I did that for a long time and now I'm out and I want to live my life for me. Ciao. The whole episode. The whole episode. The whole episode. Yep. Yep. Like, girl, what is happening? Oh no, Amanda. Oh no. Oh my gosh. Fire water. That's all. She's having fun. She's 24. She's having a good time right now. I don't think that she wants to be married to anybody, but I definitely know that she don't want to be married to Colby. Brittany said that friend must not like her very much, right? LOL. The sex is whack, but you want to hook me up. Rude. The sex is whack, and she does not like his personality. She just doesn't like Kobe. Doesn't like him, but you want Madeline to be with him. Weird. 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 Oh, okay. Thank you, Peyton. They're in Austin. Thank you so much, Peyton. Love the braids. Thank you. Okay. Titi said, "You're not reaching." I felt that same way with Madeline's friend. I won't trust her. Hey, Bria. Bria said, Randall just doesn't want to be caught on camera. He knows he has to go back to Shanique and they will see all of this. Yeah. I think that if Madeline didn't say anything, right? Because I think Madeline told production. I think that if she would not have said anything, I don't think Randall would have did that thing where he told Colby that he kissed him, that he kissed Madeline, because it just didn't feel natural or make sense for him to do that, right? Because you did it off camera. So you were trying to be slick, but because Madeline probably brought it to the show, you had to also then say something about it. It seemed scripted. Hey, Breeze World. Breeze World said, I think he was pushing back too, especially when he came in from Boys Night. She did not want to address drama. She wanted Randall. Yeah. And he just was not about it. Because I think he may have fun with Madeline, but I don't think he has any intention of not leaving out of this process with Shanique. That's what I'm getting. That's what I'm getting. Miss T said, all these folks are playing us. Quite possibly. Quite possibly. I want to go there. I didn't want to go there. I did not want to go there. Brittany said Zay needs therapy and anger management and he will shine, LOL. But he definitely has some serious issues that he needs to work through. Out of this cast, the two people that I think need therapy today are April and Zay. Are absolutely April and Zay. Absolutely agree. Hey, Dawn. Dawn said, although he's quite problematic, my heart is tender for Zay. Inner child is wounded. Hope he finds peace and resolution. Absolutely down to Mars, girl. Was that her father? Because he said to Zay, he was just like, my girl likes you or something like that. And I'm like, are you an uncle? Because if that is her father, how, like, what? I didn't get clarity on that, but I did hear him say that. And I'm like, nah, you can't be the dad. He looks a smooth 35. There's no way. There's no way. The family is stunning, though. That whole bloodline, gorgeous. Gorgeous. Rara said, I feel like Zay is a good guy. He just needs some therapy. Also, he's cute. Absolutely. He is the better looking couple. Oh no, I think Ray is a cutie as well. She just don't know how to do her hair yet. She just doesn't know how to do her hair. I think because she probably has a multiracial texture. And I think she probably had a mom who did not know how to do her hair. I think she probably needs to go to a black stylist, somebody who would just cut off that perm, right? And teach her how to do her real hair. And you could press natural hair as well, but teach her how to take care of her hair. And I think, gosh, Ray with this hairstyle, killing it, killing with some little honey blonde or red highlights. Killing it. It was rah rah. Rah rah said, I met all types of men. To be so young, I've never seen men be so vulnerable and try to communicate how that felt. That was encouraging. It really was. I told you, I can't believe that I'm on the side of the men here. Like these young men are making sense and these young women are not. I can't believe I'm here. I can't believe I'm here. Oh, that was her grandma? Wait. The one who said, I don't, basically that she doesn't want Shanique to be, how young is this family? She does not give me grandma. Oh, whatever their skincare routine is, they need to sell it. That family is stunning and they don't age. They do not age. Wow. Oh wow, that wasn't her I thought it was like a brother or an uncle. Oh no, Dear Show podcast says wait until a couple of episodes for the Zay mess. Ciao. Ciao. Yeah, the oxtail part was cute. That was cute. It was. It turned into a bragging event, especially for Madeline. And I'm like, Madeline, if you don't sit down, so Madeline is starting to give me Alexis. Like, girl. The delusion is real. Hey, Candace. Candace says, I want to know what Shanique's family is eating and drinking and slathering on their skin because they all look amazing. The grandmother include. I can't believe that was her grandmother. I cannot believe that. Oh, yeah. Very true. Very true. Oh, she absolutely did cry in the production van. She cried in that production van back to the hotel. She absolutely did. She absolutely did. And Madeline was speaking. Yes, Amanda, stand up. Stand up. That's why Shanique got up. Shanique got up and she was just like, yeah, me and Madeline are not going to make it through the night. She was like, y'all need to get her. Y'all need to get her. I was like, oh, don't get her. I want to see what's going to happen. Oh gosh. Yolande said once April heard Madeline say that she is pretty, she forgot the rest of what Madeline said until she told her that that's the only nice thing that she's going to say. Yeah, Madeline was just rude. She was just rude. It just wasn't cute. Peyton said Madeline needs a good beating. See, I couldn't be on this show because we would have been fighting. Shanique got close. Shanique got close. Thank you so much, Shonda. We're almost there, guys. Me too. Wasn't that weird? Maybe I think the reason why this whole cast was saying boner was because they were saying something else that was probably a little too vulgar even for Netflix. And I think maybe the Gen X producers told them just go with boner because it doesn't make sense that anybody who is either a millennial or Gen Z would be using boner. What? It was throwing me off because the whole cast was using it. So it made me think that maybe a producer had told them to change their language. Thank you again, Shonda. Here's my socials if you guys want to be social. Amazing Survivor, thank you. Said, talk to Nikki about to put you on a tabernacle. You preaching tonight. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Is he going to get worse, Spency? Some people said Kobe and Madeline are both pot stirrers. Absolutely. Absolutely. He did. And that gave me pause because he's still acting like he wants to lead this process with her. But if you told her that you listen to your mother and she's never been wrong about any of the women that you have been with, why are you still pursuing Ray like that? It's weird. Not only is he pursuing Ray, he's trying to sabotage her relationship with Zay. I don't know. Spency said he had no reason to lie. That was so strange, lying about his mom's thoughts of April. Yeah, very, very strange. Very, very strange. Oh, I can see that too. It's in the eyes. It's absolutely in the eyes. Who she called April a feisty Filipino. Ooh, yeah. Yeah. Oh, okay. It's in a later episode. Oh Lord. You know what? Jake's mom is a little ambiguous too, right? I was like, this is the mother. What the dad look like? Just a whole ambiguous family. Oh my God. Feisty Filipino. Yeah. You're our Filipino firecracker. You know what, Ray? This might not be the family you want to be. This might not be the family you want to be in. Oh, she will. She will. Very problematic. JL said, I feel like the production may encourage some cast members to lie about their age so that they did not seem too far apart from the other younger cast. And even if they did that, I don't know why. It doesn't make any sense, right? You still got people in their early 20s. It makes no sense. This show, if it wants to be even more successful, y'all need to start casting in 30s and 40s. That's where y'all need to be. Stay out of the 20s. Oh God. All day finesse said, Nikki, it gets worse. I can't wait till you fix out how bad it gets. Child, I'm gonna watch 2 episodes tonight. Oh, what time is it? It comes on at 6. I gotta get out of here for Love at the Lockup. Peyton, no. No, Peyton. No way. Y'all telling me that Zay got problems. Natasha said, I couldn't tell who was the mom and who was the grandmom. Yeah, was her mom there? Because I thought that was her grandmother. Her father looks mad young. He could have been a teen parent. They could be like 13 years apart. Brittany says, I'm on the fence with Zay. He has a ton of work to do on himself. Don't we all? But I'm hoping he gets the help he needs. Therapy can be beautiful and freeing. Many things he needs to be freed from. Absolutely. Eva, you're on times out. You're on time out. You are on time out. Oh Lord. It's just so shocking that he has those hips. It is so shocking because none of us could have anticipated Randall's hips. Let me get 2 more comments and then let me get out of here. Some people said Jake is a manipulative only child. Does not work well with others. And he's a liar. Why did he lie to Ray like that? Jazzy said, I like Jake. I feel like he's truly using the process correctly. He realized that his relationship isn't for him and wants a different life. What's wrong with him changing his mind about April? I don't think anything's wrong with that. I just don't like how he lied to Zay. I do not like how he lied to Zay. Woo! The drama. They have to go older. They have to go older on this show next season. We're gonna end with Bria. Bria said her mom was the woman across her and grandmother was the other. Oh, I thought that was Shanique's friend. Her parents are very young. They got to be teen parents. No way. No way they had Shanique in their 20s. Maybe 19. 19. No way. No way. Anyway, family, let me get out of here. I got to go watch Love After Lockup. Well, it's about to come on. The new episode is Deny, right? Yeah, it's Deny. I got to go watch that, and then I'll meet you guys here at 7:30. No, I might change it to 7:40 because these shows, the episodes have been going over an hour. So I think I'm going to change to like 7:45 just to be safe. 7:45 Pacific Standard Time. 10:45 Eastern Standard. But anyway, family, thank you for joining me. After all the complications, you guys still waited around, and I totally appreciate it. I will see you later tonight for Love After Lock Up, Lord. And then I want to watch the next 2 episodes. So what I'm going to do with this show, because I'm just not going to be able to do lives for the next 3 episodes, I'm going to watch them and just put up the videos. I know you guys love the lives, but please show me some love on my recorded videos that I'll put out this weekend, and possibly, Monday is going to be crazy for me on Monday. I might be back to lives on Tuesday and Wednesday. Not sure. I will keep you guys posted, but thank you all. Love you so much. See you soon for Love at the Lockup. Bye, fam. Love y'all. Oh, Lord. Bria said, I can't wait for Nikki to see Jake's hair at the reunion. Hoo-cha! A mess. Love you, family. See you soon. Bye.